Personal development is one of these buzz phrases that you hear absolutely everywhere today. But have you ever wondered what it is? Why is it important? And most importantly of all, why is it important for you? Why the heck do you need personal development in your life? Well, in this video, I'm going to answer all these questions and give you just a little bit more. Are you ready? Are you excited? Then let's dive in. Happy Wednesday, YouTubers. I'm Emma Jane, your life coach on the couch, coming to you from Reroute Your Life. Now, you will know if you're subscribed to my channel or you're following my blog or visit me on Facebook and Insta that I am a complete personal development addict. I love personal development. I've seen it empower my life. I've seen it transform the lives of many of my clients and people that I work with in workshops. But if you're new to this, then you might be wondering, what is personal development? Why is it important? Why has it become a thing? Why has it become a thing in the last 20 years? And why the heck do you need it in your life? Now, even though that I've been on the personal development journey for about the last 20 years, I still find my mind gets boggled by this question. So I decided to make this video to investigate further and see if we could find out what personal development is, why it's important, why it became a thing in the first place, and why it's important in your life right here, right now. I'm a historian, and I love looking back at the past and looking how society thought about things, because I think it really helps us understand the human psyche today. So I started to have a look at the personal development movement, and I can see that some people think that it started in 1910 with the publication of a book called The Science of Getting Rich. And yet, this is where a lot of what we would call the personal development movements started. However, if you look back through human history, if you look back through centuries, you can see that mankind has actually been obsessed and interested with personal development for a lot longer than that. So if you go back to like 400 BCE, go right back to ancient Greece, this is where you really start to see the birth of the school of philosophy. And it's in the school of the philosophy that the foundation of the personal development movement started. You've got philosophers like Diogenes. I'm going to have to post that up because I can't actually pronounce his name. And a guy called Epicurus. Now these guys were looking at challenging status quo and what it meant to be a man. If you go to ancient Rome, you can find in Marcus Aurelius's writings, called Meditation, that these are still some of the foundations for the personal development movement that we're working with today. And if you haven't read them, I highly recommend going out and reading Meditations. And it doesn't just stop there. If you look through history, our philosophers have created an interest and kept an interest in personal development all the way throughout history. So you've got Descartes, you've got Spinoza, you've got Pascal. All of these philosophers were interested in the human condition and how you as a human being could be the best version of yourself. And it's not just in the school of philosophy, it's also in the religious movements as well. So if you're looking at Buddhism, Taoism, or Lakota wisdom, if you look at any religious movement throughout humankind, a lot of the teachings are there to help you become the best version of yourself. And I see this as the foundation of the modern personal development movement. Now, one of the interesting things that I found when I was doing this research of the personal development movement was that whether you look at philosophical. Now, one of the really interesting things I found when I began to research the history of personal development movement and philosophy was that there are 5 themes that constantly pop up, whether it's in a philosopher's debate or a religious debate or in a teaching or a paper. These 5 things constantly reoccur, and they're what I believe are the 5 foundations of the personal development movement. And I've written them down so I can tell you them exactly. So the first theme is the pursuit of happiness. The next is fulfilling our potential. The next is being the best version of ourselves. Another is achieving goals. Marcus Aurelius, he wrote a lot about how to achieve your goals. And lastly, it's about influencing other people for the better. So making a positive impact in your life. And it doesn't matter if you were an ancient Greek, an ancient Roman, or if you're a telesales rep in Huddersfield today. These things are things that we all want in our lives. We all want to realize our potential. We all want to achieve our goals. We all would like to influence people for the better, and to be the best version of ourselves, right? And this is really what I believe personal development is all about, is working with these themes. Why has personal development become this thing in the last 20 years? Why is it now that personal development has gone from a school of philosophy to being something that you see all over Facebook, all over social media? Now, I'm not one of these clever people with an ology at the end of their name. I don't have a degree in this sort of stuff, but I do have an opinion from my work as a life coach. And I believe that personal development has become important to us because we're living at this period of really, really rapid social and technological change. I mean, basically, right now is the easiest time in human history to be alive. We don't have to concentrate on survival. We're getting our food off the land, but for most of us, it's delivered to supermarkets. And that gives us a chance to step back. It gives us a chance to focus not so much on the day-to-day survival, but it gives us a chance to focus on the bigger questions in life, the why am I here? You know, the really, really huge questions in life. The other reason that I believe it's become a thing is because these days, education is now a human right. It wasn't that 60, 70 years ago, but now we believe that every human being should have education. And of course, we are educated, hopefully, in our schools to think, to ask questions, to challenge the status quo. Basically, we're being encouraged to be philosophers, to look at things from different perspectives and create our own opinions. So I think this is why it's also become a thing, because people are starting to really look at life and look at how they can do this from different ways. But I believe the ultimate reason that personal development movement has become such a thing in the last 20 years is because we are in this time where society is changing beyond all recognition. All of the old social structures have fallen down, broken apart, and life is very different. Now, one of these things that came with the old social order was that we had these benchmarks that told us who we were and defined success. We knew, for example, 150 years ago, if our father was a farmer and we became a farmer and the farm did well and we sold our produce, we were a successful human being. Today, we don't have that. There's different definitions of success, there's different benchmarks, and they're different everywhere you go. And of course, with this information age, we're getting all these different conflicting definitions of success and how to live your life, and that's making it really confusing for people. Basically, we've gone from being told how we should survive, how we should succeed, to having to figure it out on our own, which is great, except that a lot of people are feeling really lost because they don't have those guidelines anymore. Finding ourselves, defining ourselves has become really important in the last 20 years because basically society doesn't tell us who we are anymore. We have to figure that out for ourselves. And this brings us to the question of why the heck personal development is important for you here and now. Personal development gives you a guide. It gives you a navigation guide of how to navigate your journey of evolution and defining and finding yourself. And the great thing is that the personal development movement allows you to be the teacher. There's no one-fit-all solution, right? There's so much out there, and which means that you can choose a bit from here, you can choose a bit from there. You can go for Louise Hay, Bob Proctor, you can go for Native American wisdom, you can go for Christian philosophy, ancient Greek philosophy. You can choose from Mark Manson teaching you how not to give a fuck. You can go everywhere and find information, and what you get to do when you work with your personal development is choose from all these different things and create your path yourself. You define your success by the parameters you set for yourself. And that's the really exciting thing about it. That's the gift as far as I'm concerned with personal development practices and being somebody who works with themselves, because I get to define my path. I get to define what is success to me. I get to define my values in life. And nobody's telling me I can't, because I can. So personal development gives you this evolution guideline, it gives you navigation, foundation, but it also allows you to take charge of your life. And that's the magic. Created this channel because I wanted to spread information about personal development and to give you loads of different ideas that you can then pick and choose from to create your path in life, to create your way of working with yourself and to define your success, and most importantly, take charge of running your life and creating this amazing journey where you get to be the creator not only of your journey of evolution, but also of your own happiness. My soapbox inspiration moment. I hope that you found this inspiring. This is why I believe personal development is important for us here and now today, and I hope that that's inspired you to believe it as well. If you're working on your own personal development, I'd love to hear what you're doing. Let me know in the comments below what you're working with or what you want to work on. This can inspire me to create new videos, and as a life coach, I have loads of tools that I would love to share with you to help you on your journey of personal development. And if you want to be inspired more, subscribe to the channel. We've got videos coming out on a weekly basis, so ring the bell. Go on, do it now. I'll wait. Brilliant. That way you're going to be notified every time a new video comes out. And if you can't wait until then you can come over to my blog. There's loads of articles there. Or you can come to the Facebook page and the Facebook community. We have this amazing Reroute Your Life community, which is based on people working with their personal development and inspiring and supporting each other on that journey. So come along, come and join us. Now remember, I believe that the most important thing in life is to be happy. And I hope that from my heart to yours, that in the next week, until we see each other again, you have an inspiring week, that you grow as a person, and most importantly, you enjoy the journey. Take care.